This is a brief tutorial on how to set up a breakout room in Zoom. The first thing you need to do is when you're on the Zoom website, if you go to My Account and then click on Settings over on the left-hand side, then you'll need to click on In Meeting Advanced. Click on In Meeting Advanced, and then you'll see the settings for breakout rooms. Make sure that that toggle switch is on so that it's blue. It needs to be on in order for you to set up a breakout room. So that's the first thing to check. Then when I have a meeting set up, when you are in Zoom, if you go down here to the menu, it might be in the More section, but it'll say Breakout Rooms. So you click on that, and of course, because there's no one in my meeting, there are no participants, but it's still, same rules still apply. It will allow you to pick how many rooms you want. So depending on how many students you want in each room, you can switch that to make it ever how many rooms you want. And then you can have it go automatically, which means the computer will just randomly put students into the different rooms, or you can manually choose to make your groups yourself. I've done it both ways. So then you'll just click on Create Rooms. You see how I did 2 rooms? You can name them whatever you want if you want to rename them something. And then if you click Assign, it will come up with a list of names of the students that are in your Zoom class, and you can assign different ones to each room if you choose to do it that way. It does take a second or two to do that. I usually give my students something to work on while I'm assigning them into rooms, because you can't do it beforehand. It will only assign students that are actually in the Zoom call to a room. So it has to be done while the meeting is in session. So just keep that in mind, that you'll need a little time to do that. And if you come down here to Options, that will let you choose from some different things. You can move all the participants into rooms automatically. If this is checked, they just automatically move into rooms. If it's not checked, they have to approve to move into that room. So the little screen will pop up on their computer that says, you are being invited to breakout room number 3. And they have to actually click on that. I just have it move them automatically. It seems easier. You can click on this one to allow them to come back to the main room at any time. So if they're done way early and you want them to be able to come back to the main room, you can let them do that. I usually make them stay in their breakout rooms, just because it's a little easier to monitor if I'm moving in and out of the different breakout rooms, not to have anyone in the main session while I'm doing that. You can choose your time, have them close automatically. This is a bit of a misnomer, because what it will do is give you a message and say, it's time for your breakout rooms to close. Do you want to do that now? And if you feel like they need more time, you can just ignore that message until you're ready to close the breakout rooms, and then you can click the button. So I would definitely say notify me when time is up, because then that message will show up, and you can give them extra time if you feel like they need it. As you've been checking in on them, you'll know if they need it or not. And then I always set a countdown timer for 30 seconds so they can kind of finish their thought, and they know that they'll be automatically moved back into the main room after 30 seconds. You can also close the rooms at any time. There'll be a button here if I actually had people in my rooms, where if you need to close them early, you can always join any of the breakout rooms. I like to go in and out of rooms just to check on kids. And they also, when they are in a breakout room, can raise their hand. So if there are students in a breakout room and one of them raises their hand, the one thing that I did recently learn is that is totally anonymous to the other students in that breakout room. So it can be used if things get out of hand in a room and a student just clicks on that raise my hand. You will know. So student A has called you to the breakout room, but none of the other kids in there will know. So you can just pop in. If they have a question about the work, great. Or if it's something that was getting out of hand, your presence is at least it's available to get there fairly quickly. So I think that's about it for breakout rooms. If you have any other questions, I'm definitely can try and help you out. And just let me know. Thanks a lot.